Well, howdy doody do, and welcome to episode 5 of What Am I Listening To and Why. Although, I'm changing the title now. I think it's more effective if it's called What the Hell Am I Listening To and Why. You see the difference? Don't worry about the moustache, this is just for the video. I was shaving off my beard, I thought, what the hell, have a handlebar for the video, so you've got it. The last 6 LPs that I've listened to on my turntable, I'm going to pull them out, bring them up, and talk about them, and see what you think. Let's get straight into it. Number 1 on the deck right now. The Stray Cats debut album. This could have been in my debut album section. Stray Cats, Stray Cats. Just a fucking amazing piece of rockabilly. Incredible. The Stray Cats sort of came to prominence in the early 80s when there was a kind of rockabilly boom came back, and they were there to surf right in the middle of that, and they're probably one of the greatest rockabilly bands, if not the greatest rockabilly band, controversial, that's ever been. Brian Stetzler, Slim Jim Phantom and Lee Rocker, just a fucking incredible power 3-piece. Brian Stetzler, probably one of the greatest guitarists of all time. Incredible looking, fantastic fucking songwriter, and a brilliant guitarist. God said, let there be rock and roll, and there was rock and roll, and he made Brian Stetzler. This is an incredibly confident first album. It's got bum notes on it. How fucking confident a band do you have to be to put bum fucking notes? Bum notes on your first LP when you could have just sorted it, but didn't. That's how fucking great this record is. Stray Cats, Stray Cats. Second LP, Gonna Ball, is also good, but not as good as this. Number 2. This is a band I've been wanting to put in this since the very start, but I've kind of held off till now. This is Specials. This is the Specials. You're gonna go, what the fuck is this? This is the Specials' last LP, Protest Songs 1924 to 1912. It's not a ska record. It has a little bit of ska here and there on it, but it's fucking great. This is something I usually hate, which is the covers album when a band does. They run out of ideas and they do covers. Well, I don't know if they'd run out of ideas. I don't even know who's on this album. I know Terry Hall's singing a lot on it. I don't know if... I really don't know a hell of a lot about it, but it's got brilliant covers, really originally done, and this is the last record that came out as the Specials with Terry Hall before he sadly shuffled off, you know. It's got covers you would never imagine. It's got Zappa covers, Talking Heads covers, and a lot of little jazzy things, but it's just, it's really surprising. You put this album on, you go, fucking hell, is that the Specials? Yes and no. It's not the first album, but definitely give this a spin. You don't have to have liked the ska two-tone thing to get this album. It's totally standalone. The Specials Protest Song 1924. Some really old songs on there. Yeah, 1924 to 2012. It's way better, way better than you think it was going to be, and way better than the sort of comeback LP Encore that they did before it, which is a bit... I mean, it's not terrible, but it's, you know, a little below par. I would say this is the third best Specials album. Protest Songs. Number 3 is a real... this is a really strange one. I picked this up in a second-hand shop a couple of months ago. This is an Ellen Foley album called Spirit of St. Louis. Ellen Foley's a sort of country and western, American country and western singer. And you're wondering, why would I buy an Ellen Foley album, Spirit of St. Louis? What the hell has this got to do with anything? Well, I bought it because I knew what it was. This record was produced by Mick Jones from The Clash, who was going out with Ellen Foley in 1981. And in all but name, this is so strange, in all but name, this is a Clash album. Everybody playing on this album was in The Clash. The band is The Clash. Joe Topper, Mick Paul, it's got Norman Roy playing bass, and Mickey Gallagher on the keyboards. Basically, it's The Clash, and the band are listed as The Lash. It's quite a bizarre thing. It was recorded around about the same time as London Calling, So it's got the same sort of, not London Calling. It sounds a bit like Sandinista. It's got the same kind of sound. It was recorded in Wessex Studio as well. It sounds kind of the same, and it's the same sort of era. So I don't know when they had time to fit in making this in between making a triple album, but they did. Ellen Foley, Spirit of St. Louis, featuring The Lash, and it says produced by my boyfriend, who was Mick Jones. It's not fucking magic. It just isn't. But it's a curio, and it's got some good bits on it. And if you're a Clash fan / collector like me, this is one you're definitely going to want to have in your collection and go, guess what this is? There you go. Ellen Foley, The Lash, Spirit of St. Louis, 1981. If it's your thing, get it. Number 4 is the album that I always make the 4th album the one that I'll probably get pelters for. And this one's probably no different. A lot of people are going to about this, but here we go. Something a fucking band I really loved and still do. Frankie Goes to Hollywood, and the album is Welcome to the Pleasure Dome from 19 early, fucking 82 or something, I don't know. Produced by Trevor Horn. This is a fucking amazingly patchy piece of work. It's like 60% great and 40% forget about it. But that fucking 60% is 60% worth having. To me, Frankie Goes to Hollywood were like a gay disco Sex Pistols. That's how I felt about it. And the fucking standout tracks on this are still standout. Welcome to the Pleasure Dome, the fucking 15-minute version, still sounds fucking incredible. Two Tribes is still fucking incredible. All the 12 inches mixes of Two Tribes are still incredible. In fact, I would go as far to say that Two Tribes is the best fucking record that was ever made in the 80s. And all power to Trevor Horn for having the guts to make a fucking incredible, brutal, half-useless thing like this. It's got some really dodgy covers. It's got the Bruce cover of Born to Run, which everybody hates. I like it. It's got a great fucking bass part in the middle. I like it. But there's lots I don't like about that. But I'm not going to concentrate on that because there is enough fucking greatness on this album. You can pick it up for fucking £6 in any second-hand record shop. It's still worth it. There's still a big gay disco Sex Pistols as far as I'm concerned. Welcome to the Pleasure Dome, Frankie Goes to Hollywood. Mwah! Record number 5, probably get pelters for this, I would imagine. Former Pink Floyd main songwriter, bass player, all-round hated man at the moment. Everywhere I go on the internet, oh, look at him! Roger Waters. This is it's a sort of mini album he brought out in 2022 called The Lockdown Sessions. It's nothing new. It's different, more mellow versions of songs we're already familiar with. Some from The Final Cut, some from The Wall, and some from Amused to Death. There's something about Roger Waters stuff, I just fucking love it. I love his voice. I love the fact that he doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't give a fuck what you think. He's gonna fucking say what he thinks. And he gets terrible press these days. I think he's misrepresented, and it's a bit unfair. Yes, he's a bit isolated, a bit leaden, and you know, he's all the fucking bad things you might imagine him to be. Not personally, I don't know him, but I still think this Lockdown Sessions is a brilliant late night record, and the versions he does of the songs here are really great. Especially the Gunner's Dream, not the Gunner's Dream from The Final Cut, the Bravery of Being Out of Range. If you're familiar with that song from Amused to Death, there's a much better version on this. You can watch the whole thing, it's all on YouTube, you can watch him performing it. It was all done live over the telephone. Hello? It's done live over the telephone, if you can imagine such a thing. It's one of these records that I'm terrified of scratching because it's so quiet. The last thing you want is a... Roger Waters, Lockdown Sessions 2022. I think it's really great. Finally, record number 6. Now, my collections would not be complete without a little bit of original punk rock, and that's what I'm finishing on today. This is a real unique piece of work, bit of female action there. X-ray specs, germ-free adolescence, which is it's as a unique document of that time as, say, Nevermind the Bollocks or the Clash first album or the Damned. It really should be given the same kind of kudos because it's that good. Polystyrene. Oh, 40 years ahead of her time with her her writing, her comedy, looking at sort of the throwaway society. Everything's like rubber buns and all that kind of thing. And she was an incredibly original character. I don't know if you've seen the documentary. Yeah, the documentary. It's a bit of a hard watch, but anyway, regardless of what she did right and did wrong in her life, this is something that she did absolutely right, and this is a fantastic, fantastic collections of songs. Each song is slightly better than the last one, so by the time you get to the Day of the World Turned Dayglow, the whole thing is just wrapped up beautifully. Unfortunately, I've got this in fucking clear vinyl. Again, I don't like it. I want it in the black. Anyway, Germ-Free Adolescence from 1978. It's a 10. If you don't have it in your collection, then you've got a record missing from your collection. Thank you very much for watching. Have a brilliant Christmas, everybody. I might try and get another one of these out between Christmas and New Year. There's been a delay because I was terribly ill. I had horrible fucking shitty flu, but I'm over that now. Have a brilliant time. And if you've got any suggestions for anything I should do, I've done debut albums, I've done live albums. I'm going to be doing live albums too because I left off. There was a whole bunch that it should have been on, but there just wasn't enough room. So if you've got any suggestions of what you'd like to see, should I do singles? Should I do 12 inches? Should I jump in the fire? Should I jump in the fire? I don't know. You tell me. You keep watching. I'll keep fucking making them. Okay? Merry Christmas!